Chapter 11, 82. Leaving Hei Fan Grotto-Heaven. Translator, Atlas Studios. Editor, Atlas Studios. Inside a goo formation. Fang Yuan sat quietly on the ground. Chu Du, as well as the wills of Pang Shan and Not Immortal, were in front of the formation. Start, Chu Du said plainly. The wills of Not Immortal and Pang Shan formed into human shapes, nodding as they activated their immortal goo. One rule path, immortal goo number. The other was also a rule path immortal goo, top 10 in the list of mystical goo care. Red date immortal essence was rapidly expended. The two immortal goo were shining in their own profound lights. The two profound lights had different colors. One was black and empty. The other was red and warm like fire. The black and red lights entered the goo formation. Chu Du took action at an appropriate timing, activating this goo formation to fuse the power of immortal goo no and immortal goo carry into it. The two profound lights fused under the guidance of the goo formation, creating a half-black and half-red spiraling pillar of light. The light pillar completely covered Fang Yuan's body, without any leaks. A moment later, the light pillar stabilized. It was no longer as distorted as before. It is ready, Chu Du reminded. Fang Yuan thus said, "You will not be able to imagine what is hidden under the northern icy plain. I almost died there." He spoke quickly, detailing what happened when he was undergoing tribulation in the northern icy plain and the terrifying human calamity that he had faced. The secret of the snowman and rockman tribes in the northern icy plain was revealed to Chu Du. To think that there is such a situation, the empty northern icy plain actually has such a powerful variant human force. They have been hidden all along. Chu Du was extremely shocked. The wills of Not Immortal and Pang Shan also shook, showing their stirred emotions. A moment later, the black and red lights faded. The goo formation stopped its operation. Fang Yuan slowly stood up, getting out of the goo formation. He was safe. Originally, he was a member of the Four Race Alliance and a guest elder of Langya sect. He was not able to expose the secrets of the snowmen and rockmen to outsiders. But because of the immortal Guno and care, along with Chu Du's cooperation, Fang Yuan was able to breach his alliance agreements without facing any harm. These two immortal goo were meant to be used by Chu Du. Chu Du's intention was to come to a consensus with Heavenly Lord Baizu. After defending strongly and refusing to relent in battle, they would eventually settle at an agreement, defending Hei Fan Grotto-Heaven. Chu Du had long since planned that if there was no choice, he would secretly sacrifice Hao Jun and Cho Lao Wu to protect Heavenly Lord Baizu's reputation and express his sincerity. But the actual situation was far better than he had expected. Perhaps the alliance of all the righteous path forces in attacking Baizu tribe had made Heavenly Lord Baizu feel strong external pressure. Because of that, Heavenly Lord Baizu did not list any requirements of executing the murderers. He only gave them a light punishment on the surface. It is to the credit of these two immortal goo. Otherwise, I would have no way to explain this situation to you. Fang Yuan pretended to be relieved. He sighed deeply to himself. Of course, he had withheld some information from Chu Du. For example, Fang Yuan did not expose Langya Blessed Land. Fang Yuan was a vigilant person. He was not going to tell Chu Du everything. He was used to keeping trump cards at hand. Chu Du said in a heavy tone, "By the looks of it, we cannot continue to undergo tribulation in the northern icy plain." Indeed. Fang Yuan nodded. He started to avoid mentioning things related to the Four Races Alliance. Because the two immortal Guno and Care had stopped activating, if Fang Yuan breached the alliance agreements again, he would face intense backlash. He would either be severely injured or dead. The two immortal Gu, No and Care, had incredible abilities, but they had to be activated constantly. Because they had to be used together to allow the Gu Immortal to breach alliance agreements without suffering any damage. But they could not remove the restrictions of Fang Yuan's alliance agreements completely. This was a method that resolved the situation but did not solve the underlying problem. Regarding this, what are your opinions? Fang Yuan asked directly. The wills of Not Immortal and Pang Shan looked at each other. The former shook his head. Crazed Demon Cave contains the secret of eternal life. Our main bodies would not leave it. As long as humanity is not extinct, we will not come out. The variant humans can develop all they want, even if they become many times stronger. They are not the match of humans. The latter said, if we are to deal with the variant humans, it is easy. We just need to announce this information, and the entire Northern Plains Goo Immortal world will go after them. No, that way the Northern Icy Plain will get destroyed. If a huge battle occurs, the Icy Plain will not remain, and we would not be able to get anything from it. We might even get exposed and implicate Brother Liu. Chu Du shook his head. I'm just saying. Pang Shan's will grumbled. Indeed, if the variant human force underneath the icy plain was exposed, a huge battle would occur. By then, Fang Yuan would be trapped in the middle. He would not have an easy time. Fang Yuan listened to their words. The worry inside him dissipated by a lot. Fang Yuan had to tell Chu Du about the situation in the northern icy plain because they had set an alliance agreement. There would be many opportunities to cooperate in the future. If Fang Yuan concealed it, he would be greatly restricted. Chu Du did not attack the variant human force in the icy plain. That was within Fang Yuan's estimations. After all, right now, Chu Du's focus was no longer on tribulations and reckless savage's true meaning. It was how to control the situation and cooperate with Heavenly Lord Bai Zhu to resist the attacks of the righteous past superforces. And the wills of Not Immortal and Pang Shan also made Fang Yuan realize the mindset of the three crazed demon eccentrics. It seems that these three are bent on researching Crazed Demon Cave. The commotion in the outside world cannot lure them out. Fang Yuan thought about it. He could understand the three crazed demon eccentrics. If he did not have so much trouble, he would also do the same thing as them. Unfortunately, Fang Yuan was in a lot of danger. Not just Shadow Sect, but also the pursuit of Heavenly Court and other various aspects. However, if they know my true identity, how would they react? Fang Yuan looked at the three. His thoughts were drifting. After talking for a while, Chu Du kept the two immortal Gu and the wills of Not Immortal, and Pang Shan in his own immortal aperture. Next, he and Fang Yuan left this underground camp together. After leaving the cave, they got back to the surface of Hei Fan Grotto-Heaven. Hei Fan Grotto-Heaven was currently developing. Large numbers of variant humans, rockmen, feathermen, and mini-men were laboriously working. Many Gu immortals would often raise variant human slaves. Right now, Chu Sect had allied with Bai Zhu tribe. These variant humans were slaves that came from Chu Sect and Bai Zhu tribe. Greetings to First Supreme Elder and Second Supreme Elder. Hao Jun saw Fang Yuan and Chu Du quickly taking the initiative to greet them. Chu Du took the opportunity to create Chu Sect. He even roped in Fang Yuan. Fang Yuan was originally unwilling, but Chu Du gave him special treatment. Fang Yuan's alliance agreement for Chu Sect was very loose. It was not restrictive. And because Fang Yuan intended to continue working with Chu Du, this allowed them to have another layer of relationship. Chu Du asked about the development status of Hei Fan Grotto-Heaven. Hao Jun answered that they were all at the initial stage, but the different Gu immortals had taken out their resources and relocated them here. There was a crucial point. Fang Yuan had also put in a lot of effort, contributing a lot of resources. These resources were originally from Hei Fan Grotto-Heaven. After going through many places, they were back at their original spots. Even Fang Yuan did not expect that. Why did he contribute this huge amount of resources? Firstly, using the two immortal, Guno and Care was not free. Fang Yuan had discussed with Chu Du, using this as the compensation. Secondly, Fang Yuan sold some resources to Heavenly Lord Bai Zhu. Inside Hei Fan Grotto-Heaven, a large portion was Chu Sect's territory, but a small portion belonged to Bai Zhu tribe now. The entirety of Hei Fan Grotto-Heaven became the symbol of alliance between Chu Sect and Bai Zhu tribe. Nor, Fang Yuan and Chu Du said goodbye to Hao Jun. After flying for a while, Fang Yuan said to Chu Du, "All right, you don't have to send me off." Chu Du had a worried look. "Didn't you just obtain Hei Fan's true inheritance? In my opinion, delaying the calamities and tribulations by slowing your immortal aperture's rate of time is most stable. After all, you have just undergone so many battles. If you undergo tribulation after going back, There is a huge risk. Fang Yuan smiled. How can there be gains without risks? Furthermore, you are around. If I encounter any sudden danger, I will seek help from you. Chu Du had an apologetic expression. It is a pity that Chu sect was just created. We have strong enemies against us. There is unrest now, otherwise I would go with you. Have you chosen the tribulation location? Not yet, I need to think about it. Fang Yuan shook his head. Chu Du opened the Grotto-Heaven's entrance. See you. Fang Yuan stepped out of the Grotto-Heaven, flying away without looking back. Chu Du shut the door again, sighing internally. Fang Yuan was not easy to control. He was very decisive. And Chu Du still had desire towards the immortal tribulation tempering aperture method. But the current situation was very complex. Fang Yuan's battle strength and his status with the variant humans made Chu Du see a lot of value in him. Fang Yuan wanted to deepen his cooperation with Chu Du. Wasn't Chu Du also thinking the same? As Fang Yuan left Hei Fan Grotto-Heaven, in southern border, Bai Ning Bing arrived at Jade Pot Mountain. Why did you bring me here? Bai Ning Bing asked directly. Hei Lu Lan and the others were wondering too. Ying Wu Shi, who was leading the way, stopped walking. He turned around and smiled. Bai Ning Bing, you are too weak. This Jade Pot Mountain has our shadow sex arrangements. It has already formed an immortal goo. We will take it out and increase your battle strength, so that you can deal with the bet of the 5 Xiangs. Bet of the 5 Xiangs, what is that? Bai Ning Bing frowned. Ying Wu Shi laughed loudly. It is too early to tell you now. Bai Ning Bing frowned even more deeply now, snorting coldly. The part about you I hate the most is that air of mystery that you use. Insolence. Shirnu stared angrily at Bai Ning Bing. He was very unhappy about Bai Ning Bing's arrogant attitude towards Ying Wu Shi. So, no matter, it's no bother. Ying Wu Shi laughed. He did not mind Bai Ning Bing's attitude at all.